Hi guys, and welcome to episode 10 of our Brutosaur challenge. Hope you're all doing well. Now we have a bit of an issue. I recorded this episode and then when I went to start editing it there was no sound whatsoever. So you'll see all the sales in the background, but it'll be more me talking about them over the top rather than obviously live going through them, which is a shame because we have had a really good week. Now enchanting, cooking and alchemy have been our main sellers. But obviously with that has come investment, so we're down around 400k from our previous episode. But obviously I'll show you what we've actually bought now, and you'll see hopefully by the end why we've bought it, because it does turn into good profit. So straight away we bought a load of anchorweed because alchemy was getting really hard to keep on top of. I am making my own anchorweed as well. I've got 5 alchemists, but they can't keep up with how much demand at the moment. So we bought, say, 500 there, so it was around 50k. Another 36 there, another 36k, sorry. Then we bought all this in Amphid, which is around 8,500 of them, and it come to around 177,000 gold. But we've worked our way all the way through them, so we've definitely turned that into good profit. So when you get the procs with the alchemy, sometimes you get a times 15, times 16, and it's crazy. So that's probably going to be our focus going forward into the next episode, is going to be alchemy and cooking. I still do the tide spray linen shuffle, just getting a bit bored of it in terms of enchanting. So we'll restock where we can on that, but I think our focus will be alchemy and cooking, because you can get just as good a profits, if not better, for less work. But yeah, if I can farm up a lot of my own materials as well, then obviously it's going to help us. But yeah, if we go into our first 100 mil, we've sold 367 items, or 367 males. For the first 100 is 481,415 gold, which is pretty amazing. So as I say guys, it may be a little bit out of sync in terms of where my mouse is and on the actual items, but we'll go through them. So we've got 24 Greater Flask of the Undertow there, 13.6. We've got 6 Flask of the Currents for 3.9. Now 24 Greater Flask of the Endless Fathoms for 17.1k. We've got some Abyssal Healing Potions there, 12 of those for 1.8. 4 Quick Navigations for 9.1, which is a really good price. We have 3 Accorder Critical Strikes, 6.8. 22 Greater Flask of the Undertow for 13k. 3 Machinist Brilliance for 2.4. We have 80 Baked Potatoes for 8.7. And 4 Deadly Navigations for 3.6, which is really nice. We sold a Jade Panther for 28.7. And 9 Greater Flask of the Undertow for 5.3. We have 38 Biltongs for 2.8. 74 Baked Potatoes for 8k. As you can see, the cooking food's doing really well. This is one of the really popular ones. This one, the Biltongs and the McDowell's Big Mac are the 3 which I think I've sold the most of. We have 96 Unbridled Furies potions for 19k. 33 Superior Battle Potion of Intellect, 8.3. We sold 2 Versatile Navigations, 2k. Some more Flask of the Vast Horizons. 10 Greater Flask of the Undertow for 5.9. So as you see, it's alchemy, cooking and enchanting still doing well, but the profits are a little bit less for what you have to put into it. Now 56 Greater Flask of the Currents for 34.5k, and then 28 Endless Fathoms for 18.6. So that's quite nice, them two. And then we have lots of smaller 1-2k bits and pieces, which I won't go through. You can see them on the screen. It's just some flasks, some more enchants, etc. Then we have 6 endless fathom flasks and another 5 for roughly around 7.2k for those. Another 20 big mechs for 760. 13 greater flask of endless fathoms for 8.6. And we have 10 flask of the currents for 6.1 and another 10 greater flask of endless fathoms for 6.6. Now we have 40 biltongs for 3k and 30 superior battle potions of intellect for 7.9. And then a bit further down we have another 20 of those for 5.7. Then we've sold some mounts. The Sapphire Panther and the Sunstone Panther, 33k each, and a Vial of the Sands for 66.5. Now, I'm probably not gonna make another Vial of the Sands for a little while till the price creeps up again, because it's quite time intensive for what to make it, unless you're buying all the items from the auction house, and then the profits getting less and less. So what I'll do, I will probably put a hold on that, and then if the price creeps up we'll craft it. If not, then yeah, we don't need to for now. We're making good profit with alchemy. I'd rather invest my time into that. But we've sold the plate greaves for 6.8k, more baked potatoes 2k, and some satin boots there for 2.6, and that's 100. So we'll take that out, and then we'll take a look at what the next 100 holds for us. Okay, so it's 335,689 gold. So straight away we've sold 8 War Scrolls of Fortitude for 2.6, 40 baked potatoes for 4.3k, lots of 1k-ish items which I won't go through all, just a few enchants, some big mech, some biltongs, it's mainly more cooking. We've got 2.4k there for some fragrant cavacia or cacavia, really not sure on the pronunciation of that. 97 biltongs for 7.2k. Then we did sell some uncanny gear, which is nice. The satin cloak of the Aurora for 2k, satin mittens for 2.1, the satin boots for 2.9, and the satin belt for 2.1. So it does still sell. It's a little bit less than we was getting last week, which is to be expected. Then we've got 3 flasks of the Great. Then we've got 3 flasks of Vast Horizon. Now these don't sell very often. It's a stamina one, I believe. It's 2.5. And then we've got baked potatoes for 6.8k. Then we have 30 battle potion of intellect for 9k. And 2 accord of versatility for 2.2. And some leather waistguard for 3.9. And the Spellblade of the Aurora for 6.7. And we have 120 biltongs for 9k. And 31 battle potion of intellect for 9.8. And 46 potions of unbridled fury for 9.4, which is a good price. Then 8 greater flask of the currents for 5.3. I've also got 140 baked potatoes for 16k. So these are really flying off the shelves, to be honest. At the moment I'm crafting 100 at a time of those, but I may have to increase what I craft because we are getting through them pretty quick. The enchant weapon of Mongoose for 2.4. Then we sold 5 auto hammers for just under 12k. Now that's a Legion item. It allows like the mythic plus guys to be able to repair their gear while they're inside the instances. It just saves when they're up against the timer. They obviously want to be able to repair and carry on quickly. So we've got 62 baked potatoes for 3k. Then some other minor bits. Potion of Unbridled Fury again, 20 of those for 4k. 4 Greater Flask of the Currents for 2.6. And another 3 Auto Hammers there for 7.1. Then we have some more Coastal Mana potions there, some Vast Horizon potions. Just skip down to the next important bits. Got 5 Deadly Navigations there for 4.5. 25 Flask of the Great Occurrence for 16.6. Now some Plate Gauntlets there, 9k. And Plate Boots for 8k, which is nice. And also a Discombobulator for 7.4. 5 more Flask of the Undertows for 3.1. And the Currents for 8.6. Now obviously when I'm saying the name, I'm going to not always mention Greater, because I'm only crafting the newer one, so it will always be the Greater Flasks we're talking about. It's just a bit of a mouthful to say every time. So the Flask of the Undertow, 10 of them for 6.3. Then 44 Coastal Mana Potions for 4.8k. And then another 38 Flask of the Currents for 25k. And some Baked Potatoes again, 2.3. And 79 Unbridled Fury Potions for 16k. 26 Flask of Endless Fathoms for 14.7. And that's going to wrap up that 100 auctions, guys. So we'll take that out and then we'll come back for the next 100. Okay, so we have got 246,311 gold, which I believe that will put us above 1,000,000 gold with still 69 auctions to take. So you can see we've sold 10 Battle Potions of the Intellect for 4.4, 20 Unbridled Furies for 4k, Leather Gauntlets there for 8.6 is a nice price, some Endless Fathoms, a Cord of Mastery, the Cutlass there again for 7k, McDowell's Big Mech there, 109 of those for 4.1, Dimitri's Draft of Deception, 13 of those for 6k. The first ones of those have actually sold for a while, I believe. They're quite slow sellers for me. The Combatant's Shield for 3.1. Another 10 Battle Potions of Intellect there for 4.5. 3.4 for Endless Fathoms times 6. Then we've got 100 Battle Potions there of Intellect for 45k, which is really nice to sell. And 3 Force Multipliers for 2.3. Now the Battle Potions, I've still got to farm up the recipes for the Agility and the Strength ones. I've tried a few times but it hasn't dropped for me yet. So that's why all my ones seem to be the Intellect ones. But we're going to get it eventually. I've just sort of been limiting my time spent doing other bits and pieces because what I've got already is selling so well. But we're going to get there. Then we have 8 Greater Flask of the Undertow for 6k. And 40 Biltongs for 3k. As you can see, the food really is flying, guys. I think it's because when a lot of these raids will not want to pay out for the big feasts, so they're getting people to bring their own personal foods, which is the biltong, the McDowell's Big Mechs, and the other one, which the baked potato, which is selling. And then we have War Scrolls of the Battle Shout, 10 of those for 4.2, and another 13 Greater Flask of the Currents for 9.2. 10 War Scroll of Fortitude for 3.3. Then 9 War Scroll of Intellects for 3.7. We have the Uncanny Combatant's Cutlass there for 7.1. Now 30 Greater Flask of the Currents for 21k. The Bow of the Fire Flash for 5k. And a Spellblade there for 6.7. And some Deep Sea bags and a Hexweave bag. to finish up that 100. So we'll take that out as well, and then we'll see what the last 69 holds us. But as I say, I think we've already up to 1 million from this mailbox now, which is amazing. Hopefully we can just push on that a little bit more and get us to 4 million. That's my aim now, so fingers crossed, guys. Okay, yeah, so looking at Titan panel, we've actually earned 1,055,000 so far, with the 69 auctions left to go. So this is turning into a really good. This is by far the most I've ever earned, and they are 291,480 gold, which is fantastic. That's going to really help us. So straight away you can see we've sold the male arm guards for 2.4 and male leggings for 2.4. We've sold 5 greater flask of the currents for 3.5, 4 deadly navigations for 3.6, 2 machinist brilliance for 1.6, the plate gauntlets there 5.2, and a deck pounder for 5.2, 5 Accorder haste for 4.2, 5 Accorder critical strike for 3.3, pact of versatility, the lower enchants sold 3 of those for 3.3, then 7 Accorder versatility for 9.5, 3 versatile navigations for 3.3, we sold a Sunstone Panther there 37, obviously that's really helped, the Uncanny Plate Waistguard for 7.6, and then 2 of the Crashing Thrashing toys from Tenan Jungle have sold, the Mortar Controller and the Roller Controller, so we may have to restock on those. Then we sold 5 Accorder Critical Strikes for 3.5, our Sky Golem sold for 47.5, which isn't a bad price at all, and 40 Baked Potatoes for 5.1. We have 4 Accord of Mastery for 2.6, a Combatant Shanker for 7.7, the Stormsteel Destroyer for 5.3, and a Vial of the Sands for 71,250 gold. So, and 3 Naga hides for 5k, and that's going to wrap that up. So we'll take that out and we'll see what our grand total is. Well, if we have another mailbox like this, then we'll be riding our Brutosaur next week. A couple of weeks ago was unheard of, but we've made over 2 million now in 2 weeks. So things are going really, really well. A lot of problems there was at the beginning of 8.3, but yeah, certainly turned it around for me. You can't argue with that. So that has taken us up to 4,146,958 gold, and this clear out was 1,347,277 gold. Now that is a lot better than what I could even hoped for. It's by far my biggest ever mailbox opening. So I hope I haven't bored you too much. It's really frustrating that sound has bugged out on this, because it's being a bit of a pain to record over this and try and keep it at least semi coherent with what's going on the screen. I've never had to do it this way before, but it is what it is. We can't change it, so hopefully it's not been too painful for you to watch. Now if we check on our auctions what we have, so we've actually got another 8k already incoming, and baked potato again 4.5k for 40 of those. So I say we're going to have to up our production on the cooking, because it just can't keep up with them, if I'm honest. Now take the baked potato for instance. It's saying we have 85 gold profit per ones that we craft. So it costs 29 gold to make, and we're currently selling them for 114 gold, which you can see is a massive markup on those. I can't imagine it will last for too long, but we're going to milk it for as long as we can. And you see the main ones is the biltong, the fragrant cacavia. I really can't pronounce that name, but anyway, this one doesn't seem to sell as often, as you can see by the sell rates. And then McDowell's Big Mech is another one which sells really well. But yeah, I think that's probably going to wrap up this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. I say once again, apologies for the the way it's been recorded with a sound separate to the video, but hopefully you've still enjoyed it. And hopefully next week we'll have our Brutosaur, which would be pretty insane. But until then, guys, I've got the first of my 100 run series due out probably tomorrow, and then over the weekend we'll do our transmog only sales, and we'll go from there. But yeah, until then, guys, take care. Please give a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, or if you didn't, then feel free to leave in the comments what you'd like to see done differently. But until then, bye bye.